Hi everyone. I'm just here to talk about my shaman journey. Just want to let everybody know that um, I'm making these videos not for anybody. I'm just making it for my kids. I want to be able to explain to them and let them know later on if they do decide um, to get to know more about shamans and how things were with me, I guess, as their mom. Anyways, so for today, I would like to talk a little bit about the start of my journey and how I became who I am. Okay, so I think it was like back in 2018 that I started like experiencing like all the stuff that happened to me when I started my journey. I didn't realize it then that it was Kujokonenga that was doing it, which Yokone or your spiritual guides. I didn't realize that it was like them that was doing it, and I was actually going through like a really hard time during that time because my husband at that time was, we were like, we still are, but we were, that was the start of us working opposite shift. So he was working nights and I was working day, and then everything that was like happening to me at that time, you know, when night falls, everybody, not everybody, but I don't know about other people, but when night falls, I start to get scared because my husband isn't home. It's just me and my kids. At the time, I only had my oldest son and my oldest daughter, and I was pregnant and was expecting. Um, so I was experiencing like um, a lot of things of like hearing and seeing stuff, but I didn't really know at the time what it was until later on when I fully started my journey. And then my guide started to explain to me like, oh yeah, we did this happened because we did this. And now when I was piecing everything together, it started to make sense. So um I guess it first started because I was like very curious about, I was like getting into reading tarot cards, and I was like getting curious about like doing all these reading, like dream readings and all this stuff. So I added myself into this one group on Facebook, and um I started to like, I guess, get interest in learning about it, and um that's when everything just started to happen. I remember that I remember correctly, it started when my son was going to start kindergarten, and it was like, so it was like a really rough path. It was really really hard. I mean, I'm very very like, every shaman is different, so I'm very very thankful that I didn't have really like the life death situation or the sickness situation. I had more of, I felt like the mental state part where like I was just like literally going crazy. Like it was so hard for me to explain to my husband like everything that was going on. Like I was literally like going through like a really really rough time at that time. Like I would see stuff in the house like flickering, and I would like hear things, and like I, I would swear that I heard something over there, but when he goes and check, there's like nothing. And um it was really crazy. So one of the story when I first started was when uh I guess my husband had to like come home like many days from work because he worked night shift, and I was scared. And this one time, when he came home and I told him, I'm not I'm not lying to you, like the light is flickering. And then when he got home, yeah, right then, all the lights in the house were like flickering, going like on and off. And it was just like, I was telling him, like, I told you, like, I'm not crazy. Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. And then, I just, like, I guess I was just trying to justify that to him, to prove to him that I wasn't crazy, like I was really seeing stuff. And then that was when he started to experience some of the stuff where like he started to see stuff and started to feel stuff. And I was like, telling him, like, this is something that we just need to fix. Like, whatever that it is, it needs to be fixed, and that was when he decided that, okay, you know what, like, let's just, with all the craziness going on. And that was right when we had our third child, Jay. And I was like, okay, like, so we might as well just call like and all this stuff. So that's what we decided on. So he called his parent, helped him call for a shaman to come and perform a ceremony at our house. And when I don't really know, but the day when the shaman came, the night before, we were already arguing about, like, maybe we shouldn't do this, like, like, and all these stuff. And I was like backing out, but he was like, no, we have to go through with it because too much stuff has been happening. And, I don't know what's going on, all these stuff. So the next morning, the shaman came, and he was, like, he's really well known here in Alaska. And, he came, and before he was gonna do the main ceremony, I don't really know what it is, but he was like hitting the gong. I was at the kitchen with my mother-in-law, and then we were like like or like we were still washing the greens and stuff. And then all of a sudden, I guess like I don't really know what it is. And then the boys were sitting on the couch, and like the moment that he hit the gong, it went like bang. And everything in me, I don't know how to explain it, but like I'm getting like goosebumps saying this, but everything around me just started to like get louder. The gong started to get louder and louder, and I started to get scared. Like, I can feel something in me like scared, and I just wanted to run away. And then I remember turning to my mother-in-law, and I was like in tears, crying to her and telling her, I don't want him here. I want him to leave. And then she was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't know. And then like I ran like past the boys sitting in the living room. Anyways, back to my story. So I like ran past my husband and all the boys, and I looked at my husband, and I was like, I don't want him here. I want him. I just want him to leave. Like, I just don't want him here. And then I went to go hide in the bathroom. And then all the boys were like looking at me like I was crazy, like what's going on and all this stuff. And my father-in-law went to go tell my husband that, like, oh, you have to go get her back. Like, you had to bring her back and have her sit on the couch to see what's really going on. And then he came to the bathroom, and he told me, like, come, we have to do this together. We have to face this. We have to figure out what's going on. So I went back to the couch, and the gong, the shaman, he was still doing the gong thing. And I was just like, no, I can't. I just can't do this, like, it's just too loud and everything. And I was like, I just want it to be done. And I guess, like, at the time when I'm thinking about it, like, I was kind of like pre-shaking at the time, or like how should I or like my heart was like shaking, if that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain it. And then I sat there, and he was done, and he came back after he was done with that. He came, and he was like, oh yeah, like he was saying that he saw a few things or something like that. And then when he did the main onenga, the main jingle bell, I started to don't mind, that's my son right there. When he did the main onenga, I just like was freaking out. I didn't know what to do. I was just like, I just sat there the whole time, and I was just like, this is like so painful. So it was like literally like a painful of like loud noise that was going through me. I just, and it was after that that I realized that I just didn't like loud sound anymore. Like it was just, it just gets to me every time. Even until now, like when I hear loud things, I get scared, or like I'll just start to shake. Like I would just like shake. I don't know, just like oning shake a little bit. Sometimes it does get intense where like I do like tend to shake. Um, and I don't know why, but I'm like, I'm still like terrified of like hearing the gongs. It doesn't matter whose gong it is. It doesn't matter if it's mine, if it doesn't matter if it's anybody's. Um, like it's just, I just feel like it's more of like, for me personally, it's more of like the start of meditation, where like it when they hit the gong, it kind of reels like me into like whatever journey that they're trying to do, or whatever that they're trying to go. And I just don't like that feeling. And it's very hard for me to overcome it. Like my husband tells me many times to just get it over with, to just overcome it, but it's 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 easier said than done. Okay. I have heard of people that are like, that they don't like the incense, or like they don't like singing the shaking one, or they just can't with the bells. Like they're like, I guess like, I don't know. It varies. It picks and choose. I don't know. I really honestly do not know. All I know is that I am like very, like when people onenga, I try to not be there when they first start, because I just don't like the feeling of it. But that was the start of my journey, and how that day was the day when I figured out like, okay, yeah, something's really wrong with me. You know, I know that like, I know I'm crazy, but I need to find out why this is all happening to me. Yeah. So I will get to part 2 of it, of like, the other part of my other journey, and like the friends that I meet along the way, and maybe one day I'll get to play my gong in front of you guys. If I have the courage to. But yeah, that was pretty much the main start of my journey. And if you guys have any questions you guys want to know, please ask. Like I said, I'm making these videos for me, and mainly for my kids, because I really want them to understand the process of what I went through and how hard it was to be homika, and the difference. And like, I feel like even though we are like different in like a lot of ways, I know that deep down inside, they will lead you to where you need to go, and they will lead you to doing the right thing that is for you. That's what I believe, because mine has done that for me. So for anybody that's doubting themselves, just keep believing, and they will lead you to where you need to be. Okay. All right, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.